Hello, work life warriors. I hope you're doing well. Today, I want to stop past and talk about my weekly book, and it is called The Power of a Humble Life. At first, I was really skeptical about reading this book because for two reasons. One, I don't really like the word humble, and two, because I got the feeling that it was Christian based. And not that I'm against religion or Christianity, just sometimes it could tend to be overwhelming, a little judgy, a little too much. And so I don't tend to read Christian faith-based books. So I wasn't sure. The reason why I do not like the word humble is because it depends on the context that humble is being used. Yes, you did not create the life that you live. Yes, none of us created the galaxies in the universe that we live in. Many of our daily activities take so many people just to bring about. Like, we think of just getting our food as going to the grocery store, getting our car, going to the grocery store, shopping, paying for it, and coming back. But so much goes into the process of getting the food there. So many people are involved. And so it's a community of people. And yes, we all exist together. We coexist together. And we need each other to create this, what we call our realities. And so, depending on the context, you should be humble, because compared to the galaxy, you are nothing. Even if you just think about compared to things on your planet, like the ocean, you are nothing. To the skies, you are nothing. When you get lost or you stand in Mother Nature, like in the woods, you are nothing. When you stand in front of another mammal that is bigger than you, you are nothing. And so, in that sense, yes, you have to be humble. To claim that you are a god is just beyond arrogance. And so, like, in the sense of like, I'm a god and other people should worship me, that is like beyond arrogance. And yeah, so humble in that way, in that you did not create your life or any life. Even if you have birthed life, you didn't get in there and actually create this life. So something is moving, that's all. And you have to be humble to whatever that is, whatever you call it. Be humble to that. But outside of that, the word humble usually means having the feelings of insignificance, inferiority, subservience. And I do not believe in that as far as the context of society, and low in ranks, importance, status, and quality. I don't even believe in rank, or necessarily status. Low, again, is a comparison word. Feelings of insignificant, inferiority, subservient. We all have feelings of insignificance sometimes, but and maybe inferiority. That's a part of the human experience. But subservient is definitely not something that we should strive to be. Insignificant, inferior, or subservient should we strive to be in life, in the social context of it. So, human beings, we have a need to be taken care of, to be cared for, to be loved, to coexist, to like merge as one. And then we also have the need to be responsible. And so we want to balance these needs. We want to make sure that it's constantly a matter of us balancing these two needs of being responsible and being cared for. And so, yes, even though, we deal a lot in duality, it's not a either or, it's a and both. So, yes, you can be insignificant and insignificant, because you are significant. You are having an experience. You are born. Nothing more makes you significant. Anything you do more is just a cherry on the top. It's just extra. It's just a part of having a quality experience. And so, yes, you'll feel inferior sometimes, but you should also feel like you belong most of the time. And so it's a matter of balance. And again, I don't believe you should ever feel subservient. You should feel the need to serve others. That's the balance in it. And as far as importance, you matter to yourself even if you don't matter to anyone else. And once you realize that you matter more to yourself than you will ever matter to anyone else, that's when you'll start take caring of yourself more. You'll start doing the work and investing in yourself and making sure that you're having a quality experience and you're troubleshooting your everyday stresses to improve your quality of life. And so, yes, just getting over the title of humble, I thought, okay, that works. So I'll just go ahead and I'll just go ahead and read it. And so the book overall was really, really good. The three main words I got out of it is faith, gratitude, and openness. I think that I talk about this with the people around me all the time. I just, it is a hard existence to be an atheist. If that's what you choose, of course, I respect it. I don't necessarily understand it. I wonder what your mental well being or mental health is like, because it is hard to exist in this world. There's so many problems, there's so many concerns, things that you can't control, things that make you upset, things that make you sad. And if, again, we talk about being humble, if you can't control all of that and you are constantly thinking, oh, nothing more is in control, or something is happening that I'm not aware of, but it's just happening by accident or by random, or and it's just like, how can you have joy? How can you enjoy the experience that you're having without faith? You know, whatever type faith that you believe in, if you think it's all up to you, especially when you think standing next to woods, you're insignificant, oceans, you're insignificant, the galaxy, you are insignificant, and you think that your existence or the experience that you're having is all up to you, that just seems very sad and miserable and not a quality existence. And so the book is just talking about living your life through the lens of like faith, of having faith in your existence and knowing why you're here, doing the work to know why you're here, and to be humble by all of the things that's happening for you, because you are not in control of it, and that you should be grateful for all of the experiences that you're having, because it is the sum total of your life, and not necessarily because there's people out there that are having a better life, or people that's having a worse life, or a life full of more pain and suffering, but simply because you have the opportunity to exist. Because comparing the two, or saying, oh, I'm happy that my life is the way it is, or that I'm happy in my life because it could be worse, it's a comparison. Even if it's like, oh, I'm happy even though my life could be better, it's like better to or better than what. And so, yeah, you want to stay out of that. Just, I'm grateful for my experiences just because I'm having an experience. And I want to add more things in it that make it a quality experience to improve the quality of my experience. And so that's where you just have to be grateful for the good and the bad, and know that everything is an opportunity for you to grow, kind of like that anti-fragile idea that we've been discussing. Everything is an opportunity to grow, what we consider, good or bad, or positive or negative. It's all, good for you, and it's there for you. It's part of your experience. So be grateful for it. Just that alone, not in comparison of, it could be worse. Just, it is what it is, and I'm grateful that it is what it is, and I have faith that it is what it is because it's for me. And then the last one is just openness, in the sense of like, you're always open to what is happening. You're not trying to pick and choose the good from the bad, good from the bad. You're taking it all in. A more faulty, as Nietzsche would say, it's just the idea of, everything is happening. It is what it is. It is for me, and I rejoice in it. I enjoy it. I will dance in the rain. I will, make lemonade out of lemons. I like to say I take the seeds and plant trees, but yeah, so I really enjoyed it. A couple of things that I wanted to point out in the book. There was a quote on um, page 92. It says, "Once more, this precept of which Jesus speaks is universal. It applies anywhere to any person at any time in any situation. Often, when I have been teaching on this theme, I have summed up the precept by saying this: the way up is down, the way down is up. If we want to go up, we must start by going down. If we want, if we start by going up, we will end by going down. Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted." So I really, really like this quote. It reminds me of another quote, but I would like to change it just a little bit, because I think it should say the way up is in and the way down is out. If we want to go up, we must start by going in. But if we start by going up, we will end by going down. So I completely 100% agree with that, but I don't want to say up, the way we up and down. It's more so like in and out, because we don't live life on the scale of up and down. We live scale internally or externally in this society. So either we do things for intrinsic motivation, where we get our own value from it, or we do things extrinsically, which means that we're motivated by external rewards, gains, recognition, status, or anything that we get from being in society. And so that quote reminded me of one by Carl Jung, and it says, "No tree can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell." And that's what I mean by saying we have to go inward, because there's no way that well, let me rephrase this. There is a way that you can get what you want without doing the work, the inward work, without working on your personal development and your self-mastery. There you can obtain a lot of things externally, but one, won't be happy, and two, it would be hard to keep. So in order for you to, gain heaven on earth, or to reach heaven, is to do the work, go internal and do the work. And again, uh, it's about knowing who you are, or how this world tests you, or what extent can you you know, show up as evil or bad, and in what ways do you pretend to only be good, as the kind of like the idea of duality, which produces like duplicity in society, where we have this idea of like faking it till you making it, where people pretend to look a certain way or pretend to have a certain thing, but it's actually in reality the opposite of it, and you're not really living an authentic life. And so doing the work inward, understanding who you are, you know, really knowing who you are, and understanding that you're capable of great evil, just like everyone in this world is really doing the work, because people pretend that they're not capable of great evil. They only want to show you the good. And a person who is not capable, or who thinks they are not capable of good, of great evil, are easily hoodwinked. And at the moment of them trying to reach heaven, they chop themselves down, because their roots did not reach deep enough. They're not sturdy enough. They don't have a deeper foundation to sustain all of, the pressure it's going to take to reach to heaven. And so it's our responsibility to do the work and figure out, like, okay, what great evils do I have? I know I possess them all. In what context do they exist? And how can I, be humbled by that, to realize that I cannot judge anybody around me and pretend that I'm only capable of good and no great evil. That is, again, me being arrogant and lying to myself and not being humbled to realize that all of us are having the human experience, and we're capable of slipping up at any time if we do not know who we are and are not self-aware and conscious of how we're showing up and what we do and what we say, and in the sense of like reflecting who we want to be in this world authentically, not for extrinsic rewards, not for external rewards or values or anything like that, for what we value, the integrity that we have by upholding the faith in us, whatever that faith may be, but having integrity to that faith. So, if you say you value, respect, making sure that you're upholding respect and not, being disrespectful, but wanting others to respect you or demanding that respect. And so being humble is realizing in context, like, okay, all of us are in this one life together. We're having an experience together. What I do to others, I'm also doing to myself. And in the grand scheme of things, it don't matter, but it still must be done. And if I must do it, I should do it to my best ability. And I should be genuine and honest and authentic in doing it for the sake of the intrinsic reward, even if no one ever knows who I am, why I did it, what I value, that I'm doing it for me. Right? So that's what the humble part is. And like I'm not competing, and I'm not out here performing for people, being who they want me to be, showing up the way they want me to show up to get the extrinsic values of the world, but instead, having the greater value of loving this experience and loving myself and enjoying myself and being true to myself, regardless of what extrinsic rewards will come from that. So it's choosing character over, performance. And it's another quote in the book that says that, um, talks about, people not even caring about their character anymore, that they care more about, what they look like in the world, their perception in the world, than who they really are. And it says people would rather be envied for their material success than respected for their character. And that is absolutely where I agree with the humbleness idea. Is you're out here people pleasing, faking it to you making it, which is inauthentic. It's making you a duplicitous person that can't be trusted, and that even means by yourself. You don't trust yourself. And what is life? What type of experience are you having if you can't even trust yourself? You may obtain all the extrinsic rewards, all the external rewards in the world, but you exchange them for self-love, self-respect, self-value, self-worth, and you're miserable even though you have all of these external and extrinsic rewards. And so the best thing you can ever do for yourself, in my opinion, or from what I've researched, what I've learned, and from my personal experience, because I too was out there chasing and was unhappy. And now that I focused on growing and learning and developing in personal mastery and my character, I feel joy and happiness, and I wake up every day excited, and I can't wait to go out into the world and experience the world and serve the world and learn something and grow and develop. And it doesn't feel like a dread anymore. So I do recommend, whatever your ideas, this book is at least worth a read to understand maybe what is driving your life. What do you value? how that may be in conflict with, whatever faith you say you have, or what I like to say, your soul's calling, your whatever that deep longing is within you. You may be showing up counter and you know intuitive to it, or what you're doing may be counterproductive to feeling the way you would like to feel. And so um, it was a really, really good book, and it, cross connected so many ideas and thoughts that I've been uh, taking in recently. And so I enjoyed it. And have you read this book? Did you enjoy it? What do you think about humbleness, humility? What do you think about having faith? What do you think about openness and gratitude? What did you gain from the book? Please share. I would like to talk about it. This was such a great book. And I hope this helps, work life warriors. Have a great day.